This is our hospital policy. It would be the orange brochure in your packet or attached to the email. Again, if you don't have it, you can always email me and I can send it to you. But if you want to open up this policy, this is going to be for surgeries, physician visits. It'll help if you have a high deductible. Turn into page 3, and I'm going to kind of walk through what this policy looks like. So if you look at the top, the hospital confinement benefit, it's going to pay you anywhere from $500 to $2,000 the first day you're confined in the hospital. You can choose which benefit you want. The price is going to increase the higher the benefit you'd like, but you have that option. So some people just base it off what their deductible is, or if you're planning for a surgery or pregnancy and you haven't seen the doctor in the last year for that, then you could get this policy, and after a 30-day waiting period, it would pay you for those benefits. So if you know something like, again, you're wanting to have a child, or you know surgery is going to be coming where there's no pre-existing conditions in the last year, go ahead, max it out if you know you're going to be confined in the hospital and take that $2,000 benefit if it's good for your budget. If you bump down below that, there's rehab at $100 a day, up to 15 days. And then there's ER visits at $100. You can get 2 of those a year per person in your family. So if somebody gets a concussion or a burn and you have to go to the ER, we're going to pay you $100. If you do have this policy and our accident policy, you can double dip on the benefits. So let's say you did have an injury and your child burnt their arm and you had to take them into the ER, you'd get $100 from this policy plus the $170 on your accident policy. So you get $270 and you get a double dip. Now let's say you got really sick and you had pneumonia and you were hospitalized and you were in the hospital for 23 hours. If you have only our accident policy, that policy is not going to pay you because that's accidents only. But if you have our hospital plan, this would pay you then anywhere between that $500 to $2,000, whichever you would elect that first day in the hospital. Now, below the ER visit is a hospital short stay. That'd be anything under the 23 hours to get the hospital confinement benefit. If you don't get that and it's under the 23 hours, you get $100 for being admitted to the hospital. Then below that is our extended benefits writer. So what I like about the policy is you kind of create whatever benefit package you'd like. So on the middle section here, there's physician visit kickbacks at $25 per visit. If you have individual coverage, you get 3 of those a year, so up to $75 back for any 3 doctor visits. If it's more than individual coverage, you can get up to 6 of those, so up to $150 back each year just for having the extended benefit portion in the middle. There's also lab and x-ray benefits of $35 up to 2 times a year per person. A lot of people like to get that back from their dental x-ray they do every year. So that would be considered that part. So you can kind of add up on the middle one what your benefits you would get back, and then it would also cover you for extra things. You also can get $150 for metal diagnostic exam and imaging. So that'd be MRI, CAT scan, EEG. And then there's ambulance benefits of $200 or $2,000 if it's air, if you had to have that. And then if you look at the bottom portion here, this is going to be for, if you start on the top, it says the assistant benefit, that's $100. So basically, if you have, let's say, the $1,000 on the top, which is our most common option for the hospital confinement, you're also going to get additional $100 for having this bottom portion added onto that. And then there's surgical benefits anywhere from $50 to $1,000. That's just based on insurance codes. If you have a major back surgery, you might cap out that $1,000, where if you're having an outpatient knee scope, you may only collect, a couple $100 on that. So it just depends on what type of surgery you're having, on what that's going to pay out. Also, then there's diagnostic exams, so you get $100 for diagnostic screening, so that'd be any oscopy. Colonoscopy is a common one. So you can collect that every year. Then there's intensive care at $500 a day, up to 30 days if you're in the ICU. whether you're really sick or, again, if you are using this for maternity, this would pay if the baby was in the NICU. And then there's daily hospital confinement at $100 a day for the daily confinement benefit up to 1 year. I've only had one person use that in the last 9.5 years, unfortunately. And then there's a second surgical opinion of $50. So this is our hospital plan. Again, you can kind of create whatever package you want on this policy. This is the orange one in your packet.